What's going on, guys? It's your boy Trev the King here, and today I am finally back with week 9 of the NPL. Now I know this is about 3 weeks to a month since the last upload, and of any kind, be it NPL or live or any kind of video, and I'm sorry for that. Life just got really busy, and honestly, I've maybe had 2 chances to record in the last 2 months, and I just haven't felt up to it. But now I'm finally feeling motivated to. So yeah, this is after the NPL season has ended, so that's why I'm recording them. So there might be spoilers if you haven't watched any other people in a few weeks either, so go watch other people in the NPL. Yeah. But yeah, this will be a combination of week 9 and 10. Weeks 9 and 10 against Dave Furnick and my good friend Slick Rick Nixon. I mean, they're both good friends, but you know, I don't know why. I'm out of it. 3 weeks of no recording. Also, another update is I kind of hurt my knee. Don't know whether or how, I don't know how serious the injury is. It's likely not a torn ACL, but it could still be the possibility of a torn MCL or a torn meniscus. It's at the very least probably a strain, because it kind of hurts. It's throbbing in pain at this very moment. Lots of ice and compression. But after that, let's get all that sappy shit out of the way. So yeah, this is my week 9 battle against my good friend Dave. You know, he's not off to a real good start. Not really even a start anymore because it's the 9th week out of 10 weeks. Yeah, he's 1-7, but that is not anything to look down upon because he's actually a really good battler. Because he didn't take over this team till week 3. He didn't drop this team, and honestly, he told me that he's not really trying to win. He's just trying not to lose badly, and he's done a good job. He hasn't really lost badly in any match, but yeah, so you know, but I still can't take him lightly because he has the 2nd best matchup against me in the entire league, bar like Michael, who I faced in week 7, so 2 weeks ago, or I guess technically in terms of actual time lapse, about 5 weeks ago, but like in terms of NPL 2 weeks ago, Michael had the best matchup against me in the league. Dave has the 2nd best because things like Weavile, I really only have like 1 or 2. I really have 1 counter, and that's hit on top, and that's very loose term when saying it's a counter. And really, I have only 1 other check, and that's Sylveon, and that's about it. Weavile kind of just destroys my team. So going through the team, it's been a while. I didn't look through the sets before I did this, so I'm kind of yellow. This is a Choice Banded Kyurem. I believe this is it's a Spidef Sylveon. I could be wrong. It's Spidef Sylveon. This is a Fizdef Hitmontop. This is a Scarfed Mixed Victini without V-Crate. It's basically V-Crate-less because I didn't want to put on a Scarf and then have it be V-Crate and then just die to loop all the 3s. I made a Scarf, so it has Blue Flare, but it's got a physical EV spread, which actually comes out to haunt me later in the battle. You'll see. This is Assault Vest Heliolis. This is really coming on things like the Milotic kind of counters. Milotic counters the Klefki pretty much, and yeah, counters that. So yeah, and then Doublade, which is kind of just a standard SD set. So let us get right into the battle. So I'm going to lead off with my Heliolisk. He's going to lead off with his Klefki. This is a pretty okay matchup. I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt as he reveals Dazzling Gleam, and I'm Assault Vest, and Heliolisk has decent Spidef, so I'm like, wow, that does a lot, and I pretty much know right away that's Spec Klefki, especially since it didn't show any item. I do make the prediction of him going into something besides Klefki, or besides saying Klefki, and I go for Volt Switch, and I do get initiative here as I'm able to just fire off whatever I want to go for with this hit on top. I go for a close combat. Did not KO. Now right here, I'm gonna pause. And right here, I've kind of made what I thought at first was a stupid play, because I kind of want to get Kyurem kills, because honestly at this point I've already clinched my division. I've pretty much already clinched the #1 seed. I haven't technically yet, but my differential is so high that, like, it honestly doesn't matter how badly. I could lose badly and still probably, I'm pretty sure, I think at this point I had clinched #1 seed in my conference, so I don't get that first round bye. I don't have to play in the division / wildcard game. So I'm just trying to get Kyurem kills to maybe secure MVP, which it already has a good hold on. It's 17-2 going into this game. But yeah, I tried to give it like maybe a chance at a kill, and I thought it's stupid at first because I do have Mach Punch on this thing just for the Weavile. However, as you'll see, it's actually good I switch out because I forgot that Klefki is actually a bit faster than Hitmontop. And with that priority switcheroo, it would have actually screwed me over. So it's actually a good thing. I still go on my Sylveon here. And I'm just going to fire off a Hyper Voice as it goes for a Flash Cannon, which does nothing because, again, I am Spadef, even though he's the offensive Klefki, or at least I was the offensive spread probably. And Sylveon gets killed. He goes into the T-Char here, and judging by this damage that this Specs Hyper Voice does, even though it's you know, a defensive spread, Sylveon still does nothing, so I'm guessing this is mostly Spadef T-Tar, and he just kills me with the Stone Edge because I am Spadef Sylveon, so I have no Fizz Step, and I just die. So I'm just going to go right back into my Hitmontop, which is my go-to counter against T-Tar and the Weavile, and I just go for a spin right here just to get rid of those nasty rocks for Kyurem and Victini. And right here, I believe I go into my Helios, which he predicts, and I do have the Focus Blast, and I believe it has a decent chance of KOing, but I miss, and I die, and this is bad, because now I have a good chance of losing, because Helios was a really good check to things like Mandibuzz and stuff, and instead, it was pretty much one of my ways to take out Mandibuzz instead, but I am able to kill off the Tyranitar as he just stays in, maybe predicting something, or maybe he really had no needs for T-Tar anymore. Right here, he's going to go into Hawlucha, set up a Swordsdance. I really thought it was kind of funny how he would bring Hawlucha when I had to do Blade, but as you'll see, he's able to just, he actually has power, not power, but he has Dig, and I actually forgot about, I totally did not know that even when an opponent went for, like, Dig, that no guard will still work. Ignore that on the left side of the screen. That is just simply stuff not working. Yeah, just ignore that. Ignore all that. Ignore all that. But yeah, so Doublade goes down to Mega Glade. Here he makes some play, and he plays me, and he knocks off my Hitmontop, which is okay, because, you know, Hitmontop doesn't, it's really, its only use is, you know, not dying to, or is countering Weavile. I'm sorry, that Internet Explorer thing really screwed up my narration. This is so unprofessional, but being my first thing in like a few weeks, I think I can, you know, I think I have an excuse, my first recording in a few weeks. So I'm Choice Banded Kyurem, I'm like, oh, I get a kill. Nope. And then I thought I died, but Kyurem's so bulky that it just eats it up, even though I'm out of max attack. So, but luckily Kyurem will at least get a kill, because it does live at 1%. And here he's going to go into Weavile, and he's focus stashed, because, you know, you'll see right here, and he sets up a Swordsdance. I guess he was predicting me to think I would want to preserve Kyurem's, you know, record so much that I would just not want it to die. But like, I do kind of care about winning still, you know, I don't have to. And right here, you know, he predicts me not to be Scarf, and he stays in, and he just dies, and he also doesn't go for Ice Shard, which I feel like if I was in his position, I would have gone for Ice Shard, because, you know, I wouldn't have gone into Victini. Also, right here I make misplays. I really should have just kept on close combat, and because of this crit, like, it kind of hurts my chances. Because now I can't live. I can only live one more. I can't live any more drain punches when I could have probably taken at least one more, or at least gotten a little bit more damage off. I should have close combated once and then Mach Punch, and he would have been at a much lower range of health. Because right here, as you see, because I have a physical EV spread, I'm not able to kill with the blue flare. But luckily, he's like physically defensive Glade, and even the offensive Glade couldn't kill me. But this one, that was actually a pretty high roll from a defensive Glade. So if he had crit me, he probably wouldn't have been able to kill me. But if he was offensive, he would have been able to kill me with the crit. Although if he was offensive, he probably would have died to the blue flare. But that's that. So we moved. Because of that battle, that was the closest battle. I think that's one of the closest battles I've had in my NPL career. Probably second to the game against Zero last year, in which I narrowly lost in week 3 of season 2, which was last season. But yeah, Dave really gave it his all. Some would say he kind of choked at the end, which he kind of did. If he kept Weavall focused at, he probably had a good chance of winning. But he couldn't have known I was Scarf, because it was a double down, I believe. No, it wasn't a double down. I guess he really had to rely on the fact that I wasn't Scarf Bikini, but unfortunately for him, I was. So let us get on to the final game of this season 3, and that will be against my good friend Slick Rick Nixon. So I will see you guys there. And we are back for the final week of the NPL season. Again against Slick Rick Nixon. Now, again, this game doesn't matter at all. I definitely clinched the #1 seed in my conference by now, but this is kind of just for fun, and I would like to finish 9-1 because of my differential. There have been teams that have finished 9-1 in 10-game seasons before in the NPL. But if I would win, this would be the highest differential, so I would technically have the best 10-game season. And going by winning percentages, even though we had 14 games last season in season 2, I have higher winning percentage, and my differential is higher proportionally than Joel, who had the plus 43 differential last year. So this would be the best year in any season for a coach, so that's what I'm aiming for. However, Nixon, he wants to dethrone me and win this final week so that he can go into next season on a high note. But we'll clash. I'm on the other side because Showdown. Also, I can't get team preview with all the nice team preview. You can see Elfmon's right here, but kind of like him over here and over here. But unfortunately, Showdown is stupid, so why don't we get right into it? So I'll lead off with Victini, which is a sub-special Victini. Oh wait, I forgot to go over my team. Whoops. Okay, sub-special Victini. This is Scarf Kiram. I believe this is FizzDef Sylveon. This is FizzDef Blastoise, and that's just kind of regular Surf. But this is truly my greatest invention ever. Probably the best set I've ever brought ever. It is a double dance Lando with Earthquake, which you think that's okay. Earthquake, you say that's normal. With Fly. It was mainly for the Mega Heracross, but it also helped with Tangrowth, which he didn't bring Mega Heracross, but he did bring Tangrowth. So, yeah, I did like this Victini set too. So, it has Focus Blast, Glaciate, and Blue Flare, and right here you see I hit that Focus Blast, bringing Heatran already down to 22%. So it wasn't really, it kind of countered Sylveon, and I don't believe I had HP Ground on Surf, and if I did, okay. But here I just go for another Focus Blast. I don't want to predict anything, and I'm just going to go for a Blue Flare right here. Again, not wanting to over predict because sometimes that can get the best of people. I'm just going to go for Blue Flare. Unfortunately, no burn, and he actually has Earth Power because he's bringing some wild sets. which, you know, actually helped me here because I probably would have died to an earthquake, but I don't die to it. I don't even come close to it and die into the earth power. And right here, he's just going to go into the Galvantula, which I glaciate, and that breaks his focus sash, which is actually going to be really key later in the battle. So I go for Blue Flare there as he predicts that, and here where it kind of starts to go downhill for me, I go for a Focus Blast and I miss, and he goes for a Flame Charge, and I was like, whoa, shit, what am I going to do now? This is kind of bad because, yeah, he's going to kill me with the Earth Power from the Heatran, and if I really only stop to this thing is Blastoise, and I really have to hope that he's not Power of Solar Beam, or else, you know, I'll live, but I won't like it, and he might be able to sweep me with, like, Mean Shell. So right here, I have to go for Scald, as luckily he switched on me, and he does not have Power of Solar Beam. Right here, I'm going to go into my Surf, because it's literally the most useless member of my team. I'm just going to fire off some Leaf Storms right here, just to get a little bit of chip damage. I know it has Regenerator, but whatever chip damage I can get, I'll go for. He goes for a Poison Jab, poison me, which doesn't really matter too much because he already knocked up my leftovers, which I believe I had leftovers. Did I have leftovers? I did. So right there I get another little chip damage with Leaf Storm, which, you know, makes him fear the Kyurem. And right here I am going to fire off an Earth Power, predicting him to go into Jirachi or Heatran. And because I'm Scarf, I have to make that play. And here I predict him to go back into Santa Christ. Well, actually I predict him to go into something else, but he goes into Santa Christ. Or Nixon Christ, I'm sorry. And yeah, he's just going to U-Drain, as I believe with Sylveon, I predict to switch out, and I believe I do go for a Baton Pass if I'm not wrong. And yep, I do predict that. And I will go into my Lando T. Even if he has Ice Punch, I can take one of any hit, so I'm going to fire. I'm going to get off a Rock Polish, and here's where the game goes from his favor to my favor, because I'm just going to set up this Rock Polish. I'm going to set up an SD. Even if he has HP Ice, I can live one, and I can OHKO with a Fly at +2. He knocks off my Earthquake, which is a bit unfortunate because I could actually 2-hit KO'd him with Earthquake. And here's where, you know, it's gonna be a sweep. Just gonna spoil it for you there. I'm gonna pick off the Garchomp with a Fly as he sacks that. Yeah, with the Earthquake, I could have actually like 2-hit KO'd Tangrowth, because as you see, that does 45%, which is a lot of damage. So I'm gonna Fly again, and yeah, this game's over. Heatran dies. Pretty much the only way I can not sweep with Lando is if I miss a Fly, and even then it would have to be something that on something that can OHKO me back, which pretty much he's lost everything that could possibly OHKO. He has Sucker Punch, which means he didn't have HP Ice, which means breaking the sash didn't really matter too much, but still, you know, yeah. I'm just gonna go for Fly. He actually sacks Tangrowth. This time I actually thought about maybe trying to bring in Kyurem and sweep with Kyurem, or at least get a kill with Kyurem, but I decided, yeah, Lando T deserves, he's had a kind of a rough time of it, so I'll just let Lando T get the kills he deserves, because he's been a solid defensive staple for me for a long time. And yeah, Lando T goes 6-0. Moving it to 9-1 in 7 games, which is a lot. Really, really good. Like it was only 3-1 in 6 games before this, but Lando T was definitely a good mono for me this season, and I'm glad I've had it. And good, you know, it wasn't the greatest season for Nixon taking over for Stab, but you know, it was still a good season, and hopefully he can come back stronger with his own draft next season. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, and I'll just say that I will be facing Toad in the Conference Championship. At the time of this battle, I didn't know who I was playing because, you know, obviously this wasn't time playoffs yet. But this is already almost a week after, you know, after the original playoff game went up, so I figure I'm not spoiling you. If I did, I'm sorry, but you should go watch Dallas's side because he uploaded it of him losing to Toad. But yeah, we will be playing Togavor and the Portland Timbers. And that game will be up tomorrow, because I will be uploading this the Tuesday before the Wednesday that the Conference Championship will go up. So I want to thank you guys for watching,
Thank you guys for sticking with me all this regular season, and peace.